Hello everyone and welcome back. Olivia here with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I'm so excited to share with you guys some DIY, Dollar Tree, and budget-friendly Christmas decor crafts. This is another episode in my huge I Love Christmas series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. Listen, I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. I also believe that crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul, so keep up the good work crafting and decorating and just having fun making your home that cozy space. Now listen, don't forget to follow me over on Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page. I'm sharing some giveaways this holiday season, as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. And hey, I'm a one-woman show, so I'm blessed and honored to have y'all here. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting.
Dollar Tree DIY. I took my inspiration from a wreath that I saw at the Pier 1 website for this 2018 holiday season. The wreath on the Pier 1 site was $79.99, and I did this wreath for about $5. So the first thing that you all want to do is go ahead and take one of those Dollar Tree white automotive cloths, and then you're just going to cut it into strips. And I ended up cutting about 4 strips. And what we're going to do is, after we get done cutting the strips, we want to hot glue the strips end to end to kind of make like a snowy ribbon effect. So you're just going to hot glue your 4 strips of white fabric together, and then once you have them all hot glued together, you're going to use one of those Dollar Tree wreath form bases. They have these at the Dollar Tree. They're a really nice size. So what you want to do is flip it over and work with the wreath from the back. So you just find a spot on the wreath to start with and hot glue the first little section together, and then basically this one is so easy. You just wrap it around the wreath, and I did kind of hot glue it as I went around in some different spots just to make sure that that white fabric kind of stayed in place. You should be able to cover this entire wreath form base with one automotive cloth. Now, if you wanted to make it a little bit fluffier, of course you could use 2, but I was able to use 1, so far we've only spent $2 on this beautiful wreath. So the next thing you want to do is go ahead and take some of the larger sparkling Dollar Tree ornaments. So I bought 3 packs, and I bought several different sizes because you're going to want to have some larger sizes and also some smaller sizes. But to start the wreath out, you just want to go ahead and kind of bundle several of the larger sizes together. And I'm just using this silver wired pipe cleaner, and I'm going to use that to wire this first bundle on, and then for the rest of the ornaments I'm just going to hot glue them in together. And you guys saw me hot gluing the top part of those Dollar Tree ornaments. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and add a tiny touch of the glue to those larger ornaments so they don't pop out of place. And then once you have your bundle all together, you're just going to twist it and then tie it on. Super easy. So now that I have my larger bundle on, I'm just kind of going in with some of the smaller ornament sizes, and the one on the Pier 1 website used all pretty much the same colors of gold, but I am doing kind of a mix of metallics in some of my holiday decor this year, so I used some of the gold, copper, and silver tones together, and I feel like it came out really beautiful. So there's really not a super huge rhyme or reason, except for you just want to kind of, it's almost like a puzzle piece as far as fitting those ornaments in together. So you'll kind of do a larger one and then use the smaller Christmas ornaments to fill in where the larger gaps are going to be. For this total project, I think I maybe used 20 ornaments. And so those packs of Dollar Tree ornaments usually come about 10 to 12 a pack. So you guys can definitely do this really easy. And if you wanted to get really crazy, you could do the entire wreath form with all the ornaments. But like I said, I took some inspiration from that Pier 1 website and I went ahead and just did it at the base of this and then hung it from the top. And I think this is going to be really beautiful and really simple for my holiday decor. So once you have all of your ornaments on, you can just go through, find a little space in the top part of your wreath, and you're going to pull a pipe cleaner through the top and then just kind of twisty tie it together, and that will give you something to hang your wreath from. So I am so in love with this. I think it's really simple and really elegant, and I feel like the price point is absolutely amazing. I think it looks beautiful for $5 versus $80. You guys know me, I love to save a buck, and I am really pleased with how this came out. So much, in fact, I may actually do another one to match this one and use it maybe on my cabinets. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to create an oversized Victorian style ornament. So you just want to grab one of those really large ornaments from the Dollar Tree. This is just a plain gold ball, and then I used some of the white satin ribbon for this project and also some of that lace that they sell at the Dollar Tree. So you're just going to hot glue the top of your satin ribbon and then hot glue a little bit further down, and then you're going to wrap your satin ribbon around. And I usually like to also hot glue a spot on the very bottom of the ornament, and then I'm going to continue to wrap until I get back over to the top and then hot glue it at the top. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of crisscross the ribbons. So I start in one spot with the first ribbon, and then I'll go down the absolutely opposite spot of the other side and just continue to crisscross this pattern around. So you all could do 2 ribbons or 3 ribbons or 4 or 5, however fancy you want to get with this and however much ribboning you really want to do. So there's that Dollar Tree kind of crochet lace ribbon that I'm going in with. I'm going to be using this in a garland that I'm going to be sharing with you all how to DIY a Dollar Tree garland, and it's going to be really full and really fancy. So for that fancy full effect, I really wanted to create this beautiful personalized kind of styled ornament. So Dollar Tree is also carrying these kind of glittered white hydrangeas, which I absolutely am in love with. I think it looks very high end. So I'm just gluing some of these hydrangeas to the top. Just clip them off and individually kind of pick them in. So then once I get done adding the hydrangeas to the top, I'm just kind of creating this little loopy bow, and then I'm going to add that to the top and kind of let it cascade down the front. So this is some of that Dollar Tree ribbon that has the gold lettering, and this says peace, love, and joy, which I love. And then I'm tying just a regular shoelace bow with the Dollar Tree satin ribbon in the white still, and I'm adding that to the center of my kind of loopy bow that I tied. Now, once I have all of my ribbon on, I just want to go in with some detail and glam it up. And of course, this is an extra step that you don't have to do, but I'm adding in some bling to the bottom. I'm just adding a big dollop of hot glue and some of those jewels and gems that I've been using in a bunch of my DIYs, just to kind of finish the space off on the bottom, give it some interest. And also I'm going to go in with some of that Dollar Tree greenery. I love this greenery. Dollar Tree has the best greenery because you can cut it into pieces and use it for some of those smaller detailed projects. So that's definitely one of my tips, to grab some of their greenery and just break it apart to use it in some smaller projects. So I'm going in with the greenery, and then lastly I did go in with a little bit more jewels and gems, and then just some extra pearls that I kind of had floating around I centered into the greenery as well. And I love how fancy this is. I think it's going to be absolutely perfect for a very romantic and very glamorous, luxury, elegant Christmas garland that we're going to create next week. For this Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take some of those pink cowgirl hats that are actually party favors that you find in the kids section. So these come 5 to a pack, and I'm just going in with some of Mr. Romantic's camo spray paint. This is kind of a flat tan color, and I also did some in that vintage pink. This one is in the vintage pink. And then I'm dry brushing, which means I just have a little bit of paint on the end of my brush. I'm dry brushing over the painted children's hat with some white paint. I want to give it kind of that snowy effect. I've been doing this a lot. You guys saw this in my wreath video that I did, and also with some of my painted pine cones. I really love that look. I feel like it looks very wintry and kind of high end. And then I mixed up some Epsom salt and some glitter, and I'm just glittering the top of this hat, and it comes out really beautiful and really sparkling. So I did a couple of different colors of spray paint, but I'm going in uniformly, and I'm adding in a tiny bit of that Dollar Tree greenery. They have this in either a garland or picks. Either one will work great. And then Dollar Tree also had that little bit of greenery that I pieced off, and some of those berries. So there's 3 different kinds of things that I'm using here. And of course, you all can customize this to whatever colors you're using. So these could be red or black or just whatever color you love, go for that. And then of course I had to add a little bit of glitz and glam with some of this gold piece too that I found at Dollar Tree. So they sell this also in the floral section, and it is a great one to pick up to add some glitz and glam to some of your projects. To the top part of this picture frame. So the picture frame came with like a little hanger at the top, and so I just want to loop it through so it stays nice and securely at the top. And then I'm going to add a huge dab of hot glue at the bottom, and then just kind of wind the picture frame back and forth across the back part of the frame, kind of actually framing the garland, I guess, if that makes sense. Be careful on this part too. If you all are sensitive to burns and hot glue, you may want to use a spatula to hot glue your evergreen on. So then once you have it on, I'm just making one of those ornament kind of bundles. So just take some of your favorite holiday ornaments that go along with your color palette. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a 12 pack, and then of course that glam sparkling ornament from Dollar Tree comes by itself. But you're just going to loop that onto the back, and look, we framed this beautiful ornament. And you can stop here, but of course I had to get a little bit extra and go over the top. And my friend Lorena had bought me this huge thing of lace for my birthday. So you guys are going to see that in and around some of my videos. I definitely like to do a bit of a Victorian style. So I'm just going to create a bow for the base of this. So I used some of that Dollar Tree gold ribbon, and I looped one bit together, tied it on with a pipe cleaner, and then looped another bit together. And then I'm just going to add a huge dollop of hot glue because I do want this to stay on really well. And I'm just going to press that down into the hot glue. I think it will also give me the option if I want to remove it later and then just paint back over the frame. And then of course I love to dovetail my ends. And then there's that lace. Now this is a larger lace, and I didn't get it at Dollar Tree, but it was a gift from my best friend, and so I'm definitely going to be using it in some of my decor. You all can find lace at the thrift store, and you can also find it at Michael's. It's $10 for a huge roll, and then you can use your 50% off coupon and get it for about $5, and you'll have a ton of lace for all of your holiday projects if you all like that romantic style. So there it is, and then of course I did go in with some of this white satin ribbon that you get from Dollar Tree, and then also some of that detailed peace, joy, and love ribbon, and also some pearls in the center and a little bit of bling. So I've had this idea in my head floating around for a while to reuse these beautiful picture frames in some way, shape, or form. And what I think is you could really glam up a Christmas tree. If you do a really large tree, which my tree isn't quite this big, I don't know if it could handle something this large, but I also thought it would be nice to hang from a really ornate mirror. It almost acts as kind of a wreath instead of the size and the weight of a wreath. This is very lightweight if you needed something as an option. And I think it came out so beautiful, and it's such a great way to reuse a picture frame. And like I said, it kind of acts as a wreath, but it's not quite the size and the shape, so it could fit in a smaller wall space. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you how to wrap a beautiful package. So I love to look in the Dollar Tree wrapping paper section, and what I do is I look actually for the wedding paper. So they have really beautiful detailed white wedding paper, and I'm wrapping my son's girlfriend's package in this. I'm so excited. I hope she doesn't watch this video because I want it to be a surprise. But I just used some of that Dollar Tree gold ribbon and dovetailed the ends. Now here's the next Dollar Tree DIY. I want to share with you all how to make a poinsettia out of ribbons. So I just measured 6 inches of each ribbon, and I cut 6 pieces of each ribbon. And then what you want to do is I took it in about sets of 3, and you just fold them together, and then you cut a little notch out of the top that kind of is in the shape of a point. So you're going to do that on each side of the ribbon. And I did that for all 6 ribbons. Now, if you want to be really particular, you might want to measure each end, but I just kind of gathered them together and cut those. And then once you have them all cut and ready, you're just going to fold them in half and then fold them again. So you fold it in half and then fold it out. I hope that makes sense. Comment and let me know if you guys need help with that, but you fold it in half and then you fold it back down, almost kind of like you would do with a paper airplane. And then I'm just holding mine together with a clothespin. It works perfectly, especially for this smaller project. So once you get them all folded together, you're just going to tie them with a pipe cleaner. So you tie them in the center with a pipe cleaner and then loop it around the back. And then I'm actually going to do it with this lace as well. Now with the lace, it's not wired, so I'm going to put it towards the center. That way the wired ribbon can kind of stand up against it on either side. And I'm actually creating it for the centerpiece of this package, and I'm so excited. So all you have to do is wire all of these together once you're done cutting them, and it doesn't have to be perfect because a poinsettia isn't perfect. So these are excellent to use on your Christmas tree, in your garlands, or as a center point of a package. And of course, I had to go super extra and add some bling jewels to the center. My son's girlfriend is so special to me, and she really is delighted by beautiful packages. So I really want to do some fancy poinsettias like this on some of my packages. So I'm really excited. I think it looks really beautiful. It's going to fit perfectly on her sweet little package. And of course, you all can use all different kinds of colors of ribbon to create these beautiful dynamic poinsettia bows. There it is. is with that centerpiece that we created using Dollar Tree items. I will link that video down below, but look at how sparkling and gorgeous it is, and I think it would be such an elegant surprise to use on a tablescape for your guests. And then for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just using one of those Dollar Tree ornaments, and I'm taking some hot glue and following the lines of the swirls of the ornament and then dumping glitter over that. Now this project is a little bit messy, but it's really nice. The finished product, you can get kind of glamorous with your ornament and also use some of those beautiful jewels. I think it looks really super beautiful, and it kind of tones down the gold as well. Also, I wanted to let you all know that this glitter is an extra fine glitter that I found at Walmart. It was $2.97 for a fairly decent sized bottle, and so hopefully that's going to get me through my next round of Christmas crafting DIYs. You guys, I am going through a ton of glitter right now. Comment and let me know if you are as well, but look at how sparkling it is. Ooh, so gorgeous. And I did tie a beautiful white satin bow on the top, and of course you all can get super creative and customize this to whatever colors you're using, but this looks great in this metallic tablescape, and I just put it in that dessert cup, and look at how beautiful and sparkly. I'm absolutely in love with it, and it makes it really unique without a whole ton of work. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to share with you all this popsicle ornament craft. So what we're going to do is just use some popsicles that you find at the Dollar Tree, and we're going to create this square kind of frame, and then I'm also going to reinforce it with a couple of more popsicle sticks. So I just flipped it over on the back, and I'm reinforcing it in the center. And what I want to create is a beautiful package. So I had some of that automotive cloth left over from another project, and I just want to go in and kind of cover the popsicle stick with that automotive cloth. So not really any kind of special folds here, just kind of randomly gluing it because I am going to put ribbons over it. So now I'm just kind of working out how to create this little package ornament. This would also be beautiful to use as a place card setting. So I'm just going around with the lace, and I went around and I cut and I glued it. And I'm doing all of my gluing on the back. That way I can make the front really pretty and glamorous. So here is the front part, and you can also remember customize this to however you want. So I'm just taking some of that white satin ribbon and I'm creating like a package bow. So you just tie it like you would tie your tennis shoes. Tie it right here, very easy in the center, and then I'm going to trim off the edges and dovetail those ends to give it a nice boutique finish. And this is where you can have a lot of fun with this and get creative. Now I had some Dollar Tree angel wings left over from a Dollar Tree ornament that I bought that I used on my wreath. And remember that wreath that we made and I broke apart the angel wings? Well, I pulled the feather part off, and so these are those feathers. So I'm kind of creating a feather package. Now here I'm just showing you some of the different colors of ribbon that you could use. You could use pinks, maroons, whatever your Christmas colors are. Get creative. Now I'm going to add a huge dollop of hot glue in the center of this and kind of just gather it around. Really no rhyme or reason. I just want to create like a little kind of crocheted lace puff, and I did get this crocheted lace at the Dollar Tree. And I also went in with a little bit of glitzy glam with that gold piece. Those are also the Dollar Tree. They're great because you can cut them apart and use them in your smaller projects. And then you guys see me using this Peace, Love, and Joy ribbon a lot. Of course, I could not resist adding some of that in. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more glitz and glam with some of these pearls. Now, I think the pearls really dress it up and make it very elegant. And if you had maybe a sparkling letter or or made a little place card, you could tie that in with this as well, and it would make a beautiful statement on your tablescape. I also think it is perfect to hang in your tree. You could also pick it into a wreath or a garland as well. So here's how I would probably use it. I would use it in the centerpiece of this tablescape, and it's also a lovely gift to give your guests if they like kind of a more fancy decor as well. I think it really dresses things up and makes it very elegant and very beautiful, and nobody is the wiser that it is popsicle sticks underneath. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I am just using one of those little Dollar Tree hand mirrors. Now I think this would make a really beautiful ornament to hang from your tree. I'm just tying a large loopy bow at the base handle of this mirror, dovetailing those ends to give it that boutique finish. And you can find the little hand mirrors in the health and beauty section, and they're only $1. They are plastic, but they do have a mirror on the other side, so this would also work really nicely for a baby shower or bridal shower, or to give to, your favorite little granddaughter for her dressing table. There's so many ways that you can use this, and again, for this one, you can customize this to fit your colors. So I'm just adding in a white satin ribbon and then a pink ribbon. I am going to give this to my aunt. I hope she's not watching this, but she does love to decorate with the pale pinks, and so this will be the perfect gift for her to use in her vanity space. And Dollar Tree also is carrying some pearl eyeglass holders, and so I just cut off the eyeglass end, and then I'm going to use this to loop into this to really glam it and doll it up. So check out their eyeglass holders and look for that pearl one. Now I also found these beautiful little white flowers at the Dollar Tree. They came in the sticker section, and I just added in some of those as well because they had those beautiful pearl details. I thought it finished it out really nice, and I also think this would make a great Christmas ornament as well because of the mirror. The mirror will reflect the light. So I'm just showing it to you on my tablescape, and I think it came out absolutely gorgeous, very glamorous, and I don't really think anybody would truly know that this beautiful, elegant piece is from the Dollar Tree. Now, who is excited for baking? I have been so excited to start baking. I've been baking cookies and breads in preparation just to test out my skills, and of course my oven, and of course we love to bake good goods during the holiday. This is some pumpkin bread that I had made, and then I got so excited grocery shopping the other day I couldn't resist picking up some stovetop turkey stuffing. Mr. Romantic he's a southern man, and he loves to have a little bit of stuffing with any of his dinners. And then I had to share with you all this beautiful candlestick from the Target dollar spot. I was in awe of this. It has a sparkling glittering candle that's attached to this base. The base is plastic. It does take a couple of batteries, but it fit perfectly into this Dollar Tree vase and made an absolutely gorgeous tablescape. For today's Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to share with you how to create these beautiful large candlesticks for a fraction of what you would pay in a department store. I've been searching high and low for really large candlesticks, and I cannot find one at a great price point. So we're also going to create this beautiful, glamorous winter wonderland floral. We are transitioning from late October into a Thanksgiving tablescape. We're going to use everything from the Dollar Tree, and this is that Dollar Tree wreath that we created as well. So I cannot wait to share with you all how to tie in some of these elements into your tablescape. I love the neutrals, I love the pastels, but I also love bringing in those metallics as well. For this Dollar Tree DIY table centerpiece, we are going to make 2 large candlesticks, and for this first part of the project, we just want to take 2 Dollar Tree margarita glasses. You're going to flip one over and then apply some E6000 glue all the way around the edge of the glass. Now I did put a little bit too much E6000 glue on that, so I suggest to have a paper towel on hand in case things get a bit drippy, or just not use so much glue. once you have your glue on, you can go ahead and take your second margarita glass and just put that on top of the first one. And that's going to be the first part of our candlestick. Now I'm doing 2 of these, so I'm just going to do the exact same thing with the second one, E6000 glue around the base and put the top one on. And then for the next part of this, we want to E6000 glue the top part of the margarita glass because we're going to go a little bit taller with this. I wanted some really elegant, really regal candlesticks. So I just E6000 glued around the top, and then I used one of those Dollar Tree mirrors and put that on top of the margarita glass. Now I did let these dry overnight because the E6000 glue does take some time to set up. Once you have the mirrors on top of that, you're just going to take one of the large, tall Dollar Tree vases. So they had some really pretty ones that had kind of a lip at the top, and so I chose that one, and I just E6000 glued on the bottom of this and then glued that to the mirror. And that's going to create a really, really tall, beautiful candlestick or floral vase that you can really add a large floral to. So to start the floral centerpiece part, I'm taking a piece of this evergreen garland. This is garland that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just tying that on with a pipe cleaner. What I want to do here is create a really grand bow kind of floral. I'm going to do it in a style that's kind of like a winter wonderland, kind of rustic glam. You guys know me, I love my sparkles. So I'm taking 2 of these Dollar Tree sparkling ribbons, and I chose the silver and the gold because I'm doing a lot of mixed metallics for my holiday season, and I want this to go through winter. So once you cut off 2 pieces of ribbon, you just kind of want to pinch them together, and we're just going to create this little loop at the top, and then we're just going to wire that on with the pipe cleaner. I went in with the gold first, and then now I'm going in with the silver. Now you all can get creative, and if you're doing reds, if you're doing pinks, turquoise, blues, a candy cane stripe, whatever you're doing for the holidays, you can use that color of ribbon to create this exact same effect. So I just wanted to go ahead and fluff this just a little bit, and then remember that ribbon that we painted in one of my last DIY videos, and I will link that down below. It's the one that we painted the ribbon and I created that wreath that's also going to match the centerpiece. So you're just going to loop the ribbon over on itself, pinch it in the center, and then wire that on top of the gold and the silver. Now I'm only using 1 pipe cleaner in this part, and I'm just wiring it on by twisting the pipe cleaner twice as I layer the ribbons in. Now once I have my ribbons layered in, I'm going to create a cluster of ornaments. So I chose this large sparkling ornament. It's kind of the mirrored ball effect, and then I'm going in with some of those Dollar Tree smaller ornaments. I love this rose gold, white, silver, and gold together. I really feel like I am in love with this color palette for me for this season. I'm definitely going to do quite a bit of this, and so then I just want to wire that on to the back part. Now if any of your ornaments pop off, you can just use a tiny bit of glue to keep them back on. And then I'm going in with some of those Dollar Tree white kind of snowy berries up to the top right, and then I'm also using a Dollar Tree white poinsettia, and I'm just kind of picking that underneath the ornament cluster. Now to get the florals in, you can see that I'm using my glue gun, and then here's one of those taller Dollar Tree florals. This was actually a fall floral that I painted. I do love to paint my florals to kind of change the colors, and I used the vintage pink Rust-Oleum paint from Walmart. And now you can see I'm just working with the back part of this floral. So those 2 evergreen branches that were just kind of hanging loose, I'm taking the pipe cleaner and I'm just wiring those together. I'm just kind of pulling them up in kind of some loops to where they don't just flop around. Now I'm going in with one pipe cleaner because I do want to create a little bit of some bows and glam in the back part of this arrangement. I want this arrangement to be able to be used as a centerpiece or to set in front of a mirror, so I want it to look really beautiful on all sides. So I'm going in with some of that same silver glittering ribbon, and I'm just kind of pinching it together and adding that one loop at the top. And then I'm also going to go in with the sparkling gold as well, and I'm doing the same layering effect where I just add the ribbon and then I twist tie the pipe cleaner together and then add another piece of ribbon. Now, Dollar Tree is also carrying this kind of a sheer pattern ribbon, which I thought was really nice. I think it's nice to use different kinds of ribbons to give your floral dimension. And then I'm just using one of those silver ornament bulbs, and I'm going in and giving it a bit of a fluff. And then I'm going to also use one of those white Dollar Tree poinsettias in this back part just to fill it out a bit more and get it to kind of coincide with the front part of the floral. Now, Dollar Tree is also carrying these really beautiful sparkling gold clips, and I wanted to just go ahead and clip that into the center of the poinsettia. That's one of my tricks that I love to use on a cheaper floral, is to layer in another smaller floral on top of that. Now I just want to dovetail my ends, and you guys can do this however you choose to do. I like to just create like a little dovetail by pinching it together and cutting the triangle end out. I think that gives it a really nice finished boutique look. And then I'm also going in with some of that sheer ribbon around the opposite side, and that way it kind of gives dimension to this side of the floral as well. And I'm so in love with this, you guys. I think it is coming out so beautiful. I have been designing this centerpiece in my head for days, and it's really exciting to see it come to life. So now I'm just using some Dollar Tree berries. Remember, we used them up to the right, and then now I'm using them down to the left. And then I could not resist, since we're doing that winter woodland wonderland rustic theme, I had to use one of these cute little birds. So they come on clips, but I did pop the clip off because I just want to hot glue her right into this center part right here. And Dollar Tree was also carrying during the fall season some feathers, and because I'm using this as a transitional piece and I want it to be able to be used on my Thanksgiving table, I did pick in that feather up at the top. And then remember that greenery we used in my last DIY? I'm picking just a bit of that in as well. And then I do love to go ahead and add some greenery in and around to the front part of my pieces just to give it a little bit more woodland effect. And now, you guys, I'm really loving those Dollar Tree white hydrangeas. They're sparkly, and I'm so surprised to see them carrying these for the winter, but I do want to fluff out the top and the front, and so I just went in back behind there, and then I went in down underneath it as well. So I did want to share with you all that I did do 2 of these florals, and before I created the florals, each one of them, I did clean them down really well with a Method Glass and Surface Cleaner. I love the mint. It is so fresh smelling, and I get this off the Grove Collaborative website, and I'll leave a coupon link down below if you guys would like to try it. They have a 5-piece free gift set for you. So for this second candlestick, we're actually going to create the very same thing that we did with the first one. So we're just going in with the bows and then layering in the ornaments and all of the florals. So I'm going to let you guys watch me craft. I know a lot of you comment and let me know that you all love to watch me work. So here it is, just for you guys. I'm actually really happy that I went ahead and showed you all the second one because I did forget to share with you that I added in these smaller white satin ribbons. So after I layer in my huge bows, I do like to come in with some little loopy bows with some detailed ribbon. You guys also saw how I did this with my Victorian ornament and my last 6 DIY Dollar Tree Christmas decor ideas. So I'm just using that same ribbon from the Dollar Tree. It's white, but it has gold lettering and it says peace, love, and joy. And I just think like that, these candlesticks and florals would cost a lot. At least probably $70 for one of the candlesticks with the florals this fancy and beautiful. And look, we did it probably maybe for $20. And what I do love about the candlesticks is that they go really tall. So that's really nice too. And also I still have ribbon left over, and a lot of the florals that I used were from the fall. So you guys can definitely pay and reuse some of those fall florals as a transitional piece. Oh my goodness, I am just in love with how elegant this tablescape is. I cannot wait to finish putting it all together with some beautiful silverware and napkins. And I think it's so elegant and boutique gorgeous on a budget. And it's so interesting that if you can use just the correct color palettes together, like using all of these neutrals. And I'm even loving how these kind of plain plates are dressed up with that silver Dollar Tree charger. I just really think it's amazing what you can do on a tiny budget, honestly. And this just looks so high end to me. Now, I am going to go in and do some different things once the season actually arrives. And there's that wreath. So this is the wreath we created in my DIY Elegant Wreath Winter Wonderland video. And I think it goes in perfectly with this tablescape. And you guys comment and let me know if I should do a Christmas tree in that corner or just redo that cabinet.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique, gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe that y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Now listen, I just want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work crafting and decorating and just making your home that cozy space that you love to come home to. I feel like it just gives all of our kids and grandkids something to look forward to, and it gives ourselves something to look forward to when we created a space that is uniquely ours and just cozy and comfortable and fun. So I want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work no matter where you're at in your crafting and decorating journey. Everybody has different skill levels, and we're all just trying to do our best. Remember to encourage someone that you love today and give them a smile. And also, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace. I know there's plenty of projects that I attempt attempt that I have to toss out or redo, or I'm actually pleased with. So you just never know when you're going to hit the jackpot on that crafty inspiration. Now listen, also keep up the good work in your life's journey in general. We've all been through something in the last couple of years, have been very difficult for everybody in some way, shape, or form. And in that note, remember to be kind online. A lot of our world has turned very into social media, which means it's easy to hide behind a keyboard and clickety clack away and be unkind. So what we want to do is to be kind, because we don't ever know what somebody might have going on in their life. So that's a voice that we can use for good. It's just being kind. If you see somebody's cute grandkid or kid post on Facebook or Instagram, give it a heart, give it a like, leave some kind comments down below. I guarantee you that positivity is going to come back on you. So let the negativity go and let the positivity in. I love y'all to the moon and back. I can't wait for our next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribing is totally free, and follow me over on Facebook. And until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.